Hi everyone, here we have telephone based on the 746. The design which came out superseded the 706 telephone, and in my opinion not such a good effort. Not bad, but in my opinion not as good. The regulator is all built in. You don't have a little board that slots in, and they're all built on this printed circuit board. Now this particular model, as you can see, was intended for southern region. That was the railway system that ran from London down to Brighton and places like that. Southern region, I remember it well as a kid. Their vehicles were sort of green. But anyhow, this was supplied for their private system. Also rather interesting because it mentions another number which is a public telephone number. As I said before, no way would a private phone be connected to a public telephone number, so it's obviously on there for advice. Now looking at the case at the back, Pye TMC. Now TMC was Temco, telephone manufacturing company, and at that time it was under Pye. Remember, this was after 1967 when they brought this style of phone in, and I also said I'm not one of my favourite designs, but obviously they've got to be talked about. This one only shows the handset cord. The line cord is missing, but that's not a problem. Looking inside, you've got your normal capacitor, your cradle switch at the side there, which once again I think is not a very nice design, but it does the job, so I suppose it's acceptable. You've got another capacitor the other side. One would obviously be for the bell circuit, and the other one possibly for the regulator. Not 100% though, sorry about that. And you've got somewhere in there, if I can show it, your Aztec transformer. There it is there. You've got your bell, standard bell type circuit. I'm watching a certain pussycat. She doesn't like to be left out of things, so if she comes back again, which she probably will, I do apologise. Now one thing with these phones is that the case, now this is the earlier case where the handset was likely to be placed back but not functioning. So later models had more of a dip, if you like, which the handset would fit into. And I do apologise. I'm trying to get this done, and this certain pussycat don't let me. So that is the earlier one of the two. The number of this phone, if I can turn it over and not interrupted by pussycat. As I said, it's by Temco, or Pye Temco. Number on the base, I know it's upside down, S538134. That would be the model, and it's a metal base. The type of dial is the normal dial that was fitted to these phones, a trigger dial. With a plastic wheel. They're not bad, but I prefer the all metal ones, much better quality. But there we are, you got your regulator there. This style was what was adopted by the post office. It was supposed to prevent back dialing. This was getting a number free from like a call office. It took over from the slipping cam dial, which you sometimes encounter. I don't think I've shown one. I might have shown one previously, but there we are. This is what they call the trigger dial. It's got like a trigger arrangement. I'll do it once again. I've only got one pair of hands, so I can't really do it. But you've got your spring sets. That one down there is your pulsing springs, and your off normals. I've got them round the right way. Yeah, your off normals are those. A fairly fiddly dial, but obviously quite functional. And the other side that I showed you has your numbers, just numbers, no letters, and the information of who owned the phone. 686, I think, pretty sure that could be Croydon. Well, it's certainly in that area. We do have a large station there. We have a couple actually, which was Southern Region. Anyhow, unfortunately, when I turned the case over, lacking was a good diagram, so unfortunately that is no longer there. The case itself is held in by, it should be a captive screw. This one came right out. It's got a little spring on it, and it's supposed to captivate and remain in there to release it, but in this case it doesn't. This is another feature I don't particularly like about these phones. Standard type of handset, no problems there. Your earpiece is a rocking armature type, and the transmitter is the newer carbon type. It's not electronic, it's a carbon type, but the later version. And now I think I've more or less said it all on here. I showed it previously a similar phone supplied to the telephone administration in Israel, which was obviously based on the same design but with modifications. That one showed a controller for the bell, and it was slightly different inside, but basically the same case. Not the same, but I think, as I say, the main thing with this one is this case which I've shown, the old style, where the handset could be put back and not operating the little plungers, which meant that you hadn't cleared down. It was later rectified, and they made a deeper groove so the handset would fit in the groove and operate the two little plungers. Anyhow, that's all for this time. Any questions, please leave, and I'll either get back as a message, and yeah, I'm going to have a cup of tea. Thanks again for watching. Thank you.